everyone, this is Meena Mishra and today I have with me a student of mine.
My name is Om Tiwari. I am a grade 10 student and we are going to discuss the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear, written by Rabindranath Tagore, who is a well-known poet and won the Nobel Prize in 1913, as well as he has written the national anthem of India.
What is so surprising about this poem Where the Mind is Without Fear?
I find this poem very surprising as both the ICSE board as well as the SSC board have chosen this to keep as the first poem of their English literature.
So is it a pleasant surprise or?
Yeah, of course it is a pleasant surprise.
Shall we begin with reading of the poem?
Yes ma'am, why not?
Will you read it?
Ma'am, after you.
Okay. Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habits, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free. Home, after reading this poem, what did you understand? You tell me.
According to me, the first line where it is written, where the mind is without fear, it means that everyone's mind is without fear, where everyone is living with their own self-respect. Then in the second line, where the knowledge is free.
So what is free here?
According to me, free here is living without any restriction.
Living? Or receiving education without
receiving education without any restriction, like right to education. Like in
that we have in free India.
Yeah.
So do you think the first two lines tell you that this poem was written in pre-independence period?
Yeah, it's pretty sure after reading the first two lines that it is written in the pre-independence period, as knowledge was not free in the pre-independence period. Many students were not allowed for education.
Many people were not allowed to go to school. Yeah. So then where the mind is without fear and head is alive, so where, you know all those clauses?
This is the subordinate clause and all the sentences, most of the sentences are complex sentence. I think so this is the structure of the poem.
Very good. These are all complex sentences and that is the pattern the poet has followed throughout the poem. Where the world has not been broken into fragments by narrow domestic walls.
This is a metaphor. And obviously walls cannot break the world into fragments. So the poet is referring this line to the people who cannot think beyond their need.
Yeah, this can be one interpretation, but there can be another interpretation also, right?
Yeah.
Like the narrow local divisions created by the prejudices like caste, creed, religion, all these things were predominant in pre-independence period.
The words come out from the depth of truth.
What is depth of truth here?
Depth of truth, according to me, is honesty over here.
So do you mean to say people were dishonest those days?
Not everyone, but some of them were dishonest as they were scared of facing the severe consequences
of speaking the truth.
Of speaking the truth in the olden times.
Okay. So now what do we practice?
Right to speech, thought.
Freedom of thought.
Freedom of thought, speech and expression.
So this is the kind of India that Rabindranath Tagore dreamt of, right?
Yes. Fifth line is where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. According to me, I feel so this is personification, as striving cannot stretch its arms as it is an abstract concept.
Okay, I understood this is personification, but what is the poet trying to tell us? What is he trying to convey?
Tireless striving over here means constant efforts.
So constant effort of?
Constant efforts of a particular or an individual. If the people of this country are continuously putting their constant efforts in achieving their goal, so it will directly contribute towards the nation or in the progress of the nation.
Very true. Because if people are putting in tireless efforts towards perfection, it will somehow add to the perfection of the nation.
Yes.
This is what he's trying to tell us.
Where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit.
So what is clear stream of reason?
Miss, I think so, where people have clarity of thought and reasoning power.
Very good. And what is dreary desert sand of dead habits?
Uh, they were not influenced by the old customs and traditions.
They were not influenced, they should not be influenced.
They should not be influenced by the old customs and traditions.
So, which old customs and traditions people should not be influenced with?
Like in olden time in India, many people used to follow the wrong rituals and superstitious belief were more in the thinking of the people.
Okay. So now in independent India we don't find that, right?
Yeah, but according to me, in some parts of the country, the superstitious belief and wrong rituals are followed now. Are still followed.
But the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action. Into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake.
Ma'am, but who is thee over here?
Look at the last line.
My father? So is he talking to his father over here?
No. This is just a metaphor. Okay? He is not talking to his father. Father is a metaphor for
God.
Yeah. So he is praying to God. This entire poem, where the mind is without fear, is a prayer to God, which was originally written by Rabindranath Tagore in Bengali, and it was a sonnet in Bengali. It is still a sonnet in Bengali, but in English it isn't. Okay?
Yes.
And the name of the original poem is Nevidya. You understand what Nevidya is?
Yeah.
What is it?
The offerings which are made to the God.
Very good. The offering to God. So, what he's trying to tell is, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action. Do you understand what is it?
Sorry ma'am, but I'm finding very difficult to understand the last three lines. So please can you make me understand?
Yes, fine. Where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, it simply means that he wants his countrymen, the poet wants his countrymen to get rid of narrow-mindedness. What is narrow-mindedness? Excessive pride in one's religion, one's region, one's language. What else? Race, anything. Okay, so we shouldn't have that excessive pride. Why? Because it acts as a dividing factor for the nation.
Yes.
Okay, then we can't think ourselves as Indians. We think I am Marathi, I am Gujarati, I am Punjabi. Okay, and then we take excessive pride in it. That will hamper the growth of the country. So if we want our country to grow, if we want progress of a nation, we have to come out of this narrow-mindedness and become broad-minded. Okay, that is what he's trying to say. And then entire thing together, he says, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country
awake.
So he says that God, please allow my country to become a country where all these things are not.
Yes.
Okay? Om, since you have already told me the entire meaning of this poem,
Yes.
what do you think? Why did we decide to make this video?
We decided to make this video as the SSC board has come up with a new poetry appreciation question which is of 10 marks. So students find it quite difficult to write. So to help the students who do not get help in some of the school or by the teachers, as in the some part of the Maharashtra or in the remotest area, the teachers are not available. So the students find it quite difficult to write the poetic appreciation as it is a new question which
It has been introduced by the SSC board.
where the mind is without fear.
Poet,
Rabindranath Tagore.
rhyme scheme.
Free verse.
Favorite line?
My favorite line is the first line of the poem, that is, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high.